Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich here with your outlook for October 20th, 2016. For your Thursday, we're going to have a warm front that's going to be pushing through the area this morning, and the showers associated with it, I think, are pretty much going to be in the morning hours, although we can have a few lingering showers in spots, just a few spotty showers in the afternoon. But here's your warm front out ahead of this. The cold front is extending well back to the west here. The cold front itself is going to take its time coming through. That'll be probably on Saturday, early Saturday morning at that time when it actually does move through the area. Because this low pressure, instead of moving northeast across the coverage area like it was projected a few days ago, is now going to come right across the state, it looks like, right across the Delmarva and then head off and curl up like this. It's going to kind of come up like in this direction like this. Okay? And that's what we expect this thing to do. That's going to happen on Friday night and Saturday. But for today, we have the warm front moving through. Here's just a few isolated showers early in the morning. And then as you go into the afternoon hours, you can still see, or excuse me, this is still right around noon. You can still see a few showers hanging around. So you get in the evening here, it becomes very widely hit or miss. So we go over to the NAM. I just want to show you what this is doing here. This is starting off at 8 a.m. on Thursday. You can see the scattered showers around, but you can see what happens in the next couple frames here. By 11 a.m. it's just it becomes fewer and fewer. 2 p.m. just across northeastern Pennsylvania at this point, and then by 5 p.m. it doesn't have anything across the coverage area, but we still should remain cloudy, or at least mostly cloudy across the region even when it's not raining. Temperatures will still be on the warm side, but not nearly as warm as they were the past couple of days. As this warm front moves further to the north, it should take this precipitation with it. But we're still going to allow for an isolated shower here in the afternoon hours and evening across the coverage area. But for the most part, it looks like that most of this clears out of here for the afternoon hours, and most areas are dry at that point. And then this cold front will move eastward with the low pressure. Again, the low pressure is going to move right across the state here, and it is a little bit slower than it has been on previous guidance, and it's slowed up a little bit. So this is not going to come through probably overnight. Here's Friday. Here's look at Friday morning. And then Friday afternoon, it gets to our western areas, but the eastern areas are just like a spotty shower at this point. So I think the concentration of the precipitation will be further west as we get later in the day here on Friday. Our air low pressure then is now starting to move off the coastline, but it's going to, again, move up in this direction like this. At the same time, colder air is going to be rushing in around the backside of here. And I hate to say this, I really do, because I have a funny feeling that you're going to see some snowflakes flying. Maybe nothing accumulating yet, but some snowflakes flying at the tail end of this up here in northeastern Pennsylvania. Temperatures are going to be marginally close to support that idea. So I wouldn't be surprised at all for some wet snowflakes to mix in at the tail end of this on Saturday. As we move up here into overnight Friday night, here is early Saturday morning. And here's later in Saturday morning. Be right at this point here, it's going to get increasingly breezy. See these isobars that are really wrapped up around this low pressure. Low pressure sitting up here as this really gets strengthening and going here, but you have high pressure trying to move in here behind this, and because that is creating a pressure gradient between the two, and a very tight pressure gradient means gusty winds. So we're expecting some windy conditions here on Saturday. And I do think as that cold air rushes in behind this front, right at the tail end, northeastern Pennsylvania, you might get a few wet snowflakes mixing in. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. I would not be surprised at all to see that. And that continues into the afternoon. It starts to pull away here. The rest of the area will just start drying out on Saturday afternoon, we think. So most areas will have just those rain showers in the morning, and then clearing out for the afternoon. Again, northeastern PA, you might have a few rain or wet snow showers continuing into the afternoon. Kind of crazy we're saying this after just being in the 80s, but that is possible, certainly possible. And then the system will pull away. It's going to remain breezy here on Sunday, probably not quite as windy as Saturday, but still pretty gusty winds at times here on Saturday. And I don't even think on Monday it really slacks off that much. You might even have some gusty winds again here on Saturday. The pressure gradient is still pretty tight here with strong high pressure moving in. But the whole big theme is that it's going to be much colder Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, actually going into next week also. It should be pretty chilly up to it through at least Wednesday of next week, with temperatures that are going to be in the 50s for highs, in some places on Saturday in the 40s up here in northeastern Pennsylvania, that would support some of those snowflakes flying at the very tail end of that low pressure system moving away. So definitely a colder theme that we're heading to over the next couple of days. I want to go back to the NAM just a minute here, because we're not talking about any precipitation beyond this point. We should be dry once we get past the middle of the day on Saturday. For just about everywhere. But as we can see the timing as far as this is concerned with the cold front, here's what we're looking at for most areas. Again, western areas will get into this the shower activity already earlier in the afternoon with this cold front, and then it gets further east by 5 p.m. It's getting across our eastern sections. We'll just have to watch and see if we have anything wrapping around at the tail end It might be overnight Friday night or early Saturday morning. Either way, you might have a few wet snowflakes moving in at the very tail end for these areas as the cold air rushes in. We'll keep an eye on that. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich. That is our outlook for October 20th, 2016. Have a great Thursday.